Morning. Let's try this one more time this morning. Good morning, people. How are you? Listen, if you're here, it's time for nine. Time for nine for nine with me, Pastor Carzadean. We're getting ready. Hey, we had a few technical difficulties, but we think we've got it straight now. So I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about seasonal changes. Hello there. Hey, I'm back. Spread the word. She's on and we can hear her now. Can you hear me now? Good morning. Seasonal changes is what we want to talk about this morning. We know that every year we go through the same types of changes in our seasons. We go from the spring to the summer, from the summer to the fall, and from the fall to the winter. And right now we're in the fall season. I think that this is one of the most beautiful seasons that we experience. You know, many times when we're going through seasonal changes, some of us have our favorite seasons. Some favor this season over that season. So, guess what? That's the same way that we think about things that are changing around us, things that are changing in our lives. You know, when our lives are going through seasons and changes, and we can use those words interchangeably this morning. We go through the season of gaining jobs, getting jobs, becoming able and old enough to get a job. Listen, different seasons at different times in our lives. We work hard, we go through that season. We go through the season where we are getting tenure. Hey, and then we come to the season of retirement. That might be a favorite season for many of us, but some of us want to continue to work. So, as we talk about seasonal changes, what we need to pay attention to is this: the fact that everybody has a different season going on sometimes. Wow. You may be in a season, I may be in another season. It may be a season that you're enjoying, a time that's good. And sometimes we go through some seasons that might be hard. Some seasons are warmer and some seasons are colder. You know, I'm not particularly fond of the colder season. I'm not a winter baby, though I was born in the winter months. But listen, as we talk about the seasons and the changes and things that change around us, you know, we have to think about this. Sometimes we have to move with the season. We have to flow with the season. Sometimes when we talk about seasons, we're talking about a certain period. Some seasons are active and some are not. Sometimes we need to go into a season of quietness, of being calm. You know, the season of summer, those months are so busy. Everybody's moving about, everybody's going. And then winter will slow you down. Winter will cause you not to go out as much, not to move around as much. But you're so busy doing some things in the winter that you wouldn't dare do even in the spring or summer. So when you look at the season that you're in your life, what you need to do or think about is this: how do I get through the season at the top of the list? How do I get through the season making sure that I've taken care of everything that I can do, could do, need to do, would do? And I need to understand too that there's going to be some seasons where I can't do as much as I used to do. I want us to remember our seniors this day. Remember our seniors as we think about going through the seasons. They're in a different season of their life than they were in 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. Also, think about our young adults. They've become young adults now. They're no longer the foolish teenagers. You see, our seasons change. And with our changes come ways that we change the way we think, we change the way we do things. We change what our needs are because our bodies change, our mindsets change. We grow in some places. And there are some things, hey, remember that fall season, some things have to die and that winter, they begin to change. And oh my goodness, when the fall, when the leaves are so beautiful and colorful, watch this. We're not waiting for them to just turn to that deep yellow and they eventually fall and turn brown. You see, as the seasons change, there can be some beautiful things happening. And then there are some places, some dead places in that winter season, some things that got to be raked up. Rake up all those dead leaves and put them away. Hey, listen, seasonal changes are not just about what's happening in the earth, but they are about what's happening even in us. I'm going to tell you this morning, though. I want to share this with you. Galatians 6 and 9. Don't grow weary of doing good. Hey, if you're in a good season or you're in a not so good season, if you've been working hard, don't grow weary of doing good. It says, for in due season, at the right time. You see, our seasonal changes are about the times that we're in. What is the right time to get this done, to get that done? So it says, for in due season, guess what? We will reap if we don't give up, though. So, guess what? As you're going through the spring, the summer, the fall, the winter, as you're going through each one of those seasons and things are changing, don't you get discouraged. Don't you give up. Listen, it may not be your season to flourish, but don't you give up. You keep working hard, for in due season, you're going to reap. Hey, everything is going to come together for you. You know, the word does remind us that all things work together for the good of us who love him and are called according to his purpose. So all things mean every season, whether the season is slow or the season is fast, whether the season is flourishing or it may be laying dormant, whether the season is a season of love, hey, you want to be loved, whether it's a season of engagement, whether it's a season of, hey, maybe you need to be to yourself for a while. Guess what? Keep working. Don't give up. For in due season, you're going to reap what your heart desires. Listen, that's all my time now. I think I may be running a little over time. I know on the clock it's overtime, but hey, I just wanted to spend some time with you this morning. I want to say thank you for joining me this morning. And for those of you who tried to join a little earlier, hey, thank you. Go ahead and share this message with somebody. And listen, I'll be on Sunday morning at 9:45 a.m. with Rhema CFM Virtual, our worship service morning. Hey, if you know someone who can't get out, who won't get out this Sunday, but they're able to get to an online, they're able to get to a device, tell them to tune in to Rhema CFM Virtual. We've got a word from the Lord that's going to bless you. But that's my time for 9 for 9 with me, Pastor Carzadean. I'm going to go ahead. Hey, and as the season changes, you're going to even see my teacups change because I've got to, hey, this one says trust. And I'm going to trust the season that I'm in. And I'm going to go ahead and have myself. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.